Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. Welcome to video number 2 of my brand new weight loss masterclass series entitled Squeaky Clean to Lean. If you don't know me, I'm Dr. Karen, the women's midlife specialist and founder of Squeaky Clean to Lean and developer of the most luxurious brand of over-the-counter bioidentical hormones called Young Hormones. We've been talking about the unique challenges that we as midlife women face when it comes to losing weight and keeping it off for good. Now, in this video master series, I'm going to continue to show you how to finally lose all the weight that is dragging you down and how to supercharge your metabolism to keep the weight off for life. But more importantly, I'm going to show you how finally succeeding with the weight loss you so desire will help you experience the most valuable results of all: a happier, more fun-loving, confident, and healthier woman now and in the future. I can't emphasize this enough. When you feel good about yourself, knowing you look as good as you feel, your entire view of your life blossoms and you find opportunities opening up to you that you never expected. And this isn't something I'm just saying or blabbering about. This is what documented social, psychological, and physical research has proven. So if you are a midlife woman who has seen the weight gradually inch up over the years and you haven't been able to find any solution that really works and continues to work, or maybe even worse, you can barely see that inner version of yourself in your mind any longer, and you feel like giving up, you'll discover in this video how midlife women like you and me really can get our fabulous, more youthful figures back simply by understanding the unique challenges related to our being a midlife woman and why it's critical that you focus on this right now. In video 1, we talked about the general blueprint for reclaiming that amazing vision of yourself and how this is going to immediately help you secure the foundation you need in order to lose weight and keep it off for good. We also broke this blueprint down into the 10 simple steps that, when included in your weight loss plan, you're armed with all the ammunition that you need to master both mentally and physically how to lose weight and succeed. I know this sounds corny, but it's true. When you put it all together, you can't fail. So if you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it now and then come back to this one. Today, we're going to build on what I discussed in the last video, and I'll be sharing with you the one thing that is the most important thing to master before you jump in feet first. If you want to assure success in shedding those disappointing pounds and live free of the constant reminder of being overweight. And my favorite part, I'm going to dive deeply into the most common cause of weight gain during midlife, which is also often the same root cause as fatigue, joint pain, bowel and gut issues, mood changes, and feeling as if you are just suddenly aging more rapidly than ever before. I'm talking about your gut hormone connection, the instigator of it all, the root cause, the midlife woman's nightmare. When you know how to correct this, you'll possess the ticket to stop any further weight gain and lose weight easier and faster than ever before. The goal is to break you free of ongoing insults that are preventing you from supercharging your metabolism and get you on track to losing weight so you can experience the joy of doing all the things you love doing, feeling confident, attractive, and proud, knowing you've turned your future around to a healthier, happier, and more vibrant life. Here we go. We have a lot to cover today, so be sure you have some paper and a pen ready to take notes and follow along. Anytime you're trying to lose weight, it's inevitable you'll hit roadblocks. Perhaps you've experienced them before. Things like eating less and still not losing weight, experiencing plateaus that are discouraging and causing you to lose motivation, restricting yourself unnaturally when you really want to enjoy going out with your friends and family, falling off your plan and not being able to get back on track. Here's what I know to be true. If you've ever faced these before, you're totally normal. But if you allow these to become your everyday truth, you'll never achieve that more youthful, slim figure. Wouldn't it be fun shopping for clothes because everything fits and looks good on you again? Looking good makes you feel attractive, confident, and proud of yourself. And you should be. Everyone knows that losing weight takes commitment. And that's one of the reasons weight loss literally catapults the success of every area in your life. And if you're already successful, you just become more successful. But you have to have a fair advantage. And right now, you don't have a fair advantage if you don't know what you need in order to succeed with weight loss at this time in your life. It's time to show all those people you care about that you have what it takes to achieve losing weight. Your friends, your family, coworkers, many who will actually look up to you as a mentor because they too are struggling and will want your knowledge. And you know what? Even those people you don't care about because they act like they're better than you, just because maybe they're a little thinner than you, showing them just how wrong they are and just how strong you are, I think is most delicious. I've had a lot of naysayers in my life. I've even had one physician in my training tell me I would never make it as a doctor. Today, I help 1,000 times more people in 1 year than he has helped in his entire career. So I love seeing naysayers, and you will too. That's why in this video series, I'm going to give you the fair advantage you need by taking the process of midlife weight loss and breaking it down piece by piece. That gut hormone connection that keeps most women struggling with their weight for the rest of their lives. I'm going to get very practical here in this video and make sure you have everything you need to understand the processes your midlife body is begging you to do for it, so your newly balanced hormones and boosted metabolism can get to work for you and help you lose the weight that has been resistant to come off up until now. This is also going to save you a lot of time spinning your wheels on the wrong diets, money on supplements that don't work, exercise equipment that end up collecting dust, and the frustration on quitting yet another effort to lose weight. However, before we go any further, it's important I bring to your attention to something that often gets overlooked as you begin to think about this on a very practical basis. Not paying attention to this will virtually guarantee failure and leave you frustrated and disappointed in yourself. Thinking that you can lose weight just by decreasing your food intake doesn't work once we enter our midlife years, and it makes us suffer unnecessarily while watching everyone else eat nice-sized plates of food. And thinking you can just eat a low-carb diet, well, that might help at first, mostly because it helps you get rid of processed foods, but the weight loss from a low-carb diet eventually stalls in time, leaving you frustrated again. Then how about exercising more? Exercising more until your body is ready for more exercise most definitely doesn't work for a midlife woman and can actually sabotage your efforts and just make you hungrier. You have to start at the root cause. Our body is the amazing gift we were given to house our soul and give us a means to improve our world. And it depends on us to choose the right fuel to function properly. The food we eat either supports the health of our body or causes body harm. When your body is functioning at its most optimal level, absorbing the nutrients you lovingly provided, each cell of every organ will be able to carry out the metabolic processes that give you energy and boost your metabolism. I'm talking about the health of your gut because that's where it starts. Without it, your hormones will never balance out. Inflammation will never heal. Your metabolism will continue to be sluggish. And you'll notice that with each year you allow this to go on, the speed at which you feel you are aging will increase and leave you wondering, what happened? Why do I feel like I'm aging more rapidly? There's no doubt our body is a complex system, but what you need to do to optimize your body's health is actually quite simple and straightforward if you have the steps. In fact, you're going to be shocked at just how fast you can turn the health of your gut around. The cells in your gut are some of the fastest healing cells in your body and are just waiting for you to give it what it needs to recover. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of today's video, starting with this critical piece so you get back that skip in your step, enjoy getting compliments, and just having a better outlook and motivation to tackle day-to-day challenges. You may be saying to yourself right now, oh, I've done a GI cleanse in the past and I didn't lose any weight. Well, that wouldn't surprise me at all since gut cleanses were never designed to help people lose weight. A lot of people do lose weight, but not everyone. Gut cleanses were designed to help your body recover from leaky gut, which sits at the root of so many medical illnesses, including obesity. In fact, if you're overeating, you're not really to blame because it's a hormone connection between your gut and your brain that tells you to eat. You know what I'm talking about. You can't stop eating. It just tastes so good. The hormone leptin causes this when it's either too high or too low. I'm going to talk more about the actual hormones and leptin resistance in an upcoming video. So make sure you watch that because it's important to know how to balance leptin. I want to get you started on understanding the actual gut cleanse today. A proper gut cleanse not only allows your liver to recover from years of chemical toxic exposure, it heals the lining of your gut, which balances your gut hormone communication. And yes, including leptin balance and all the other gut hormones that are at the root cause of your weight gain. A healthy gut gets the ball rolling for successful weight loss. So I have a question. If leaky gut causes an imbalance of your gut hormone connection, then what causes leaky gut? Simply explained, it's the decades of exposure to the chemicals in our food, drink, drugs, and anything else that has gone down the hatch. Inside food are chemicals that are either absorbed by food while it was growing or put in the food during processing and preserving. And then there are allergies and intolerances to foods that we don't quite understand why they happen. We know that 90% of all food allergies are caused by 8 specific foods. But we also realize that there are far more foods that cause food intolerances instead of actual food allergens. Food allergies and food intolerances are major causes of leaky gut. We also know that poor nutrition and low fiber intake cause leaky gut. Though our body has an amazing ability to heal itself, it has to have the foundational nutrients to do so. When your gut is repeatedly exposed to a substance it doesn't like, inflammation within the walls of your gut sets in, and those tight little connections that hold the cells together start to become loose. This allows allergic and intolerant proteins and foreign substances to get inside your bloodstream. And guess what else? Let's take it one step further. We're at an explosive time in microbiome medical research right now, and it has been discovered that your gut's microbiome is also affected by this inflammation cascade. A microbiome refers to the whole living environment that's inside your gut. It's a whole world all by itself in there. And your gut's microbiome sits as the king of the gut hormone connection, dictating your health, your moods, and your weight. And here is another important key. What is bad for your gut and causing inflammation in your body may have some similarities to other women, but in reality, you are an individual and your intolerances are completely unique to you. This is actually a wonderful thing because a professional gut cleanse will not only repair the lining of your gut, it will give you the opportunity to find exactly what foods and substances you are sensitive to and just how much you can consume before you hit that dangerous threshold that will then re-damage your gut lining and start the cascade all over again. Though there are some supplements that are important for a good gut cleanse to help your gut heal quickly as possible, the real power is in removing the chemicals, allergens, and food sensitivities, and then determining your threshold to tolerance. This is where we really roll up our sleeves and start a professional elimination diet. In the first video, I talked about assessing and planning for an elimination diet. And now we're going to delve into the elimination diet itself. It's time to discover more about these chemicals, allergens, and food sensitivities in order to succeed and enjoy the confidence and freedom from the excess weight burden sitting on your shoulders. First, I have to tell you that I can hear you right now. You're saying, oh no, I can't do an elimination diet. It's too restrictive. I had a patient tell me once that she called her previous doctor the food Nazi. I got the biggest kick out of that because I knew exactly what she was referring to. But that isn't the proper way to do an elimination diet. The whole point is to get healthier and enjoy your life more. We want to blossom, not limit ourselves to more restrictions. Remember, when I mentioned that your gut is one of the fastest healing organs in the body, all it takes is 2 short weeks of an elimination diet before you start the next phase called the challenge phase. Just 2 weeks, that's it. What's 2 weeks in the grand scheme of things? 2 weeks fly by so quickly, I can barely remember what I did 2 weeks ago. But those 2 weeks serve as the foundation of your health and weight loss success for the rest of your life. A gut and liver cleanse is just like cleaning your house. After you're done, you feel so much fresher and freer, and you're ready to tackle the next thing on your list. And it's the same in your body too. After a short 2-week gut cleanse and liver detox, your body is ready to tackle the next step. So I do understand if you don't know what to do after the elimination phase, you'll end up where you were in the first place, feeling stuck and deprived and left living with a restrictive diet. I can't live like that, and I don't want anyone else to either. But I think this is what happens to most women who try a gut cleanse, hoping to lose weight, but their cleanse is not complete. They end up feeling lost, confused, and even more frustrated because they don't know what to do next to succeed. And they feel like everything that they just did was a waste in time of effort. This is why I created Squeaky Clean to Lean. You won't be left feeling confused, frustrated, lost, or deprived, because this blueprint of my Squeaky Clean to Lean program will guide you. So let's delve in deeper with your gut cleanse and liver detox. Let's talk a little about the elimination diet itself. There are some important differences that you should know between allergies and sensitivities, and why you can actually enjoy some of the foods that cause sensitivities when consumed below your threshold limit, but you can't actually do this with allergies. A food allergy is actually the result of a confused immune system that has mistakenly targeted a particular protein in a food as an invader to your body. It's a full-blown immune system reaction to one of the proteins the food or chemical has in it. True allergies can only be caused by proteins, but don't let this fool you. Almost all foods have some protein in it. Even fruits and vegetables have protein. Protein are in just about all food. However, the good thing is that most of us eat hundreds of millions of protein molecules every day, and only some of them have the potential to cause an allergy. There are 8 foods that trigger about 90% of all food allergies, which make it a little easier when trying to figure which foods to initially eliminate from your diet during the gut cleanse. These 8 foods are dairy, eggs, wheat, peanuts, soy, shellfish, and to a small percentage in adults, tree nuts and fish. In general, we fully eliminate the first 6 of these 8 foods during an initial 2-week gut cleanse and liver detox. Of course, if there is any other food you know you are allergic to, you should obviously keep that food out of your diet as well. But what about food intolerances or sensitivities? Food sensitivities are not true allergies and do not come from an immune system reaction to a protein. However, sensitivities still cause tremendous havoc on your gut and body. Both food allergies and intolerances can cause leaky gut, poor nutrient absorption, and allow toxins to enter the body's bloodstream. And this is primarily cause of hormone balance, slowing your metabolism, a misfiring of communication between your gut and brain, and cause you to eat more than your body needs, experience excessive hunger, and ongoing weight gain. And both food allergies and intolerances can also cause the same reactions, such as headaches, hives, bloating, heartburn, constipation, diarrhea, stomach pain, nausea, vomiting, runny nose, dry cough, irritability, nervousness, itchy or burning mouth, itchy ear canal, as well as the worst of all symptoms, anaphylaxis, or the swelling of your tongue and throat and inability to breathe. They also both cause autoimmune diseases. They just cause these effects by different means. One very common example of a substance that causes both a food allergy and a food intolerance is wheat and gluten. Gluten is a very serious food allergy in people with celiac disease and affects about 1% of the population. In fact, that's what celiac disease actually is. It's an allergy to gluten. But there are many more people who are not actually allergic to gluten, but they are still quite sensitive to it. And these people can have very similar symptoms that people with celiac disease have if they eat foods with gluten. The difference is that with food intolerances, if your gut cleanse is well carried out, you have the opportunity to find out just how intolerant you are and discover your own body's unique threshold intolerance. Can you enjoy a burger on a soft brioche bun, but discover that if you eat a potato roll on the same day for dinner, you become bloated or constipated? That's what the challenge phase of the elimination diet is all about. So if food intolerances don't come from an immune system attack, like food allergies come from, what sets off a food intolerance? This is important to understand because it's the root cause that we're aiming to resolve. Food intolerances can have multiple causes, but there are basically three major reasons food intolerances develop. The first is when a specific enzyme necessary to break down or digest a food is lacking. Sugars are a common example of this type of food intolerance. It's a big one to consider because there are different forms of sugar and there are different forms of enzymes that break down specific sugars. The second common cause of food intolerance is when your body reacts to a chemical component of a food and not the food itself, like an additive, preservative, or chemical sprayed on or added to a food while it was being grown or harvested or prepared. We're all aware this is being done to our food supply, but few recognize that these chemicals are causing the very food intolerances that are slowing their metabolism down and causing weight gain, rapid aging, and illness. And the third common cause of food intolerance is a poor microbiome that develops from years of multiple food intolerances, which then affects the entire gut mucosa or gut wall lining. When the microbiome is affected, the actual physical gut wall and its ability to function properly is affected. Even the physical movement of the gut may not function properly, a big cause of constipation. This functional abnormality, which started with one or more foods or chemicals that were not well tolerated by your body, then continues to negatively impact the microbiome even further, causing ongoing and worsening food intolerances. All of these result in changes that affect your hormone system, called the endocrine system, as a whole. And in fact, this affects a bigger super system, which is called the neuroendoimmune system, which is a group of three systems: your nervous system, your endocrine system, and your immune system, the neuroendoimmune super system. I call it a super system because together, these three systems are intimately connected and affect your hormones, your brain and neurotransmitters, and your entire immune system, which, remember, 70% of your immune system is in your gut. And if this seems just a little bit scary to you, you're totally normal. Because if you think about it, these body systems and how we care for them now, today, has everything to do with what our lives will look like tomorrow and further into the future. Dementia, Parkinson's disease, Lewy body dementia, and the worst of all nervous system diseases called progressive supranuclear palsy, or PSP. Well, these diseases take your life away, and they are all diseases related to a dysfunction in the neuroendoimmune supersystem. I know this may seem a bit overwhelming, but I know it's critical for you to understand how important all of this is. It's not just about how you feel in your clothes, even though that is super important. It's also about your health today and in the future. So that's why I must help you get to the root cause of weight gain. We must fix the gut. But as I mentioned earlier in this video, the good news is that unlike food allergies, food intolerances are dose dependent. This means that a food intolerance does not become a problem until you have consumed more than your gut is able to tolerate. In fact, this plays true for all intolerances to your body. Whether you eat something you are intolerant to, breathe something into your lungs that you have an intolerance for, absorb something through your skin, or get something injected into your body, like vaccines. We all have different tolerances for chemicals, and they play havoc on your body based on your tolerance level. Just the other day, I was talking on the phone to my aunt who was having a terrible time coughing and hacking, where I could barely understand her on the phone. I was concerned she had pneumonia, but she didn't have a fever or any other symptoms that made me think of pneumonia. It turns out that all of her symptoms were caused by using a new bathroom cleaner, and she had inhaled the fumes. So the amount or tolerance level you have to something will be unique to you and every individual. For some, that amount may be very little, and for others, the amount may be quite large. And as you might guess, it turns out that the health of a person's gut and microbiome plays a key role in allergies and intolerances. As we age and subject our guts to ongoing insults, the less our gut is able to tolerate food sensitivities. However, there's still good news. Simply by eliminating a food and cleansing your gut, food intolerances can be significantly improved and even reversed in some cases. This is why I put together Squeaky Clean to Lean program. It will guide you to figuring out what your food intolerances are and how much of each food sets off the intolerance. I mentioned this earlier, how one very common intolerance that deserves special mention is gluten intolerance. Not gluten allergy, but the intolerance to gluten. Though true gluten allergies exist in 1 out of 100 people, gluten intolerances are much more common, now being estimated to occur in about 1 of 33 people, or 6% of the population. And gluten isn't just in wheat. You may know that gluten is also in rye and barley, but don't forget about all the foods that have gluten, such as sauces, gravies, condiments, and even most beer. Beer is often made from malted barley or barley wheat. So there are many foods that contain gluten that you might not think about. Recent studies of gluten intolerance have identified that people with this sensitivity are having full-fledged inflammatory response when they eat gluten. It's not the same thing as an immune system attack on gluten, which occurs with gluten allergies, but it's still a full system inflammatory reaction. This confirms that if you have a sensitivity to gluten, you have at least some degree of leaky gut, which will progress if you continue to consume it, not heal your gut with an elimination diet, and not follow through with a challenge phase to determine your tolerance level to gluten. What is happening is that the lining of your gut is allowing proteins to cross into the bloodstream, causing a full-blown inflammatory response. If these proteins weren't getting into the bloodstream, an inflammatory response would not occur. And so this is how it is known that gluten sensitivity is a serious situation. And you can bet your sweet Bippy that you feel this inflammatory response too, with fatigue, joint pain, irritability, insomnia, and yes, gut hormone imbalance, and the dreaded weight gain. And it's not just gluten, remember, it's additives, preservatives, pesticides, food colorings, and other foreign chemicals too that your gut develops leaky gut from, with a resultant full-fledged inflammatory reaction. So I think you're seeing now why it's critical to do a gut and liver cleanse when you are embarking on a weight loss program. The two go hand in hand. All of this is critical to your understanding of how to succeed with losing weight and keeping it off. without first focusing on a gut cleanse and discovering exactly what you may be sensitive to, you're honestly bound to fail in your weight loss efforts. If you've ever been on a diet, and who hasn't, you remember those weeks and sometimes months of hard work to lose weight, all wasted. I don't want that to happen to you this time. I'm going to help you finally get there and stay there. And what a boost to your entire health and happiness at the same time. I love win-win situations. So, what are some additional common food sensitivities that you should be looking for as possible culprits hiding as instigators of leaky gut in your diet and resulting in ongoing weight gain? Food colorings like yellow number 5, nitrates, MSG, and histamine are very common problems for many of us. These are put in many foods to preserve their color and taste and to prevent bacteria from entering the food. Meats, flour, alcohol, frozen foods, salad dressings, cake mixes, candy, gum, fruit punch, ice cream, pudding, jelly, mustard, pickles, and even yogurt. Many foods you don't think of contain chemical additives that are playing havoc on your gut. So, we've talked about the 8 most common allergen foods and how gluten is a common allergen and food sensitivity. And I think you can see how additives such as coloring, nitrates, MSG, and so forth are real problems. But what about other common whole foods and beverages that may or may not be a common allergen, but are well known to cause leaky gut? Well, there are 8 more of these foods and beverages that I haven't yet mentioned as intolerances that are very common. These are soy, dairy, corn, caffeine, shellfish, peanuts, and eggs, and one more, yes, alcohol. These are all common instigating culprits that you need to discover more about if you are gaining weight, can't lose weight, or even just don't feel vibrant and magnificent like you should. In the 3rd and 4th videos of Squeaky Clean to Lean, I'll break down this 2-week elimination diet so you can get your health back and optimize your fat burning capability. It's time for you to lose the weight you have dreamed is still possible. And it is time to feel marvelous, healthy, vibrant, and sexy. I will also show you how to determine your tolerance levels to foods that you discover are giving you a problem so that you can enjoy one of life's basic pleasures and joys in life, real food. I know this is sounding like a lot to know, but don't worry, I've got you covered. I have been working hard to create a way for you to work with me and one of my nurse practitioners more closely with Squeaky Clean to Lean so you can build even more on this knowledge and get all the support and individualized help you need. So hang in there. I'll tell you more about that soon. Your body is actually a magnificent machine. I hate to really even call it a machine because it's so much more than that. It's not that you may never be able to eat these foods again, not at all. The whole purpose of Squeaky Clean to Lean is to end up with a strong, powerful gut that you have also determined has specific limitations. That knowledge empowers you to know exactly what foods you can enjoy freely and which foods you can still enjoy but need to limit. There may be a food that you even love that you have very little tolerance for, but that's okay. You'll learn how even those very sensitive foods can be turned around to be enjoyed on special occasions. Squeaky Clean to Lean is going to help you determine all of this. Get your metabolism revved up with you feeling stronger, crazy, vibrant, and ready to show off your new figure. It's a magnificent and healthy way to eat and live. Now, before we finish today, I promised to tell you the number one thing that is critical for your success in losing weight. Sure, what has been covered so far is all critical because you have this knowledge to carry out your gut and liver cleanse to get the results you deserve and are looking for. I know how exciting it can be to take new knowledge and want to put it into action right away. I've done that many times, and it always bites me in the butt when I neglect this first step. You have to pull the reins back for just a little and listen up. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. This is important. When you overlook this first thing instead, try to take all this great knowledge and put it into work before you're really ready, you're bound to fail. It happens all the time. We have to focus on the number one critical step for success: preparation. Preparation is the key to your success. That's why in my Squeaky Clean to Lean group program that I'll share with you more about later, we make sure that this first step is completely done before jumping in feet first or putting the cart before the horse. To properly prepare, we need to assess what is currently going on in your gut. Then we can put the plan together. In the next two videos, we're going to be getting into the true brass tacks of it all. You'll learn what the diet actually looks like, what specifically you will be eating and drinking, along with the most important and necessary supplements that will help balance your gut hormones, such as leptin and insulin, so you can finally lose the weight that has kept you prisoner for years. You'll also discover the supplements that help you burn fat, boost your metabolism, and increase your energy. Most diets actually cause people to feel tired. That's not acceptable and doesn't make sense. I'll also share with you how to curb your appetite so you don't feel hungry and lose momentum and motivation. It's time for your weight loss journey and lifelong optimal vitality to take center stage. You know you can do it. You just need help. I've already alluded to where to begin. Your gut needs to be healthy. So the first 2 weeks start with an elimination diet, which is necessary to heal your gut to prepare your body to optimize your hormones and metabolism. This is not only what will allow you to lose weight and keep it off, it is also what will provide you with optimal vitality, both mentally and physically. So the first step in the elimination diet is assessing and planning. Assessing what your body is currently doing and having challenges with, and planning mentally and physically. Now, you can start assessing what your gut and body is saying to you right now. You can start by keeping a food and symptom diary. Record everything that passes your lips and list any symptoms that are uncomfortable all during the day. Don't try to associate foods and symptoms yet. Just list your foods and list how you feel throughout the day. Include times of day and amounts of each food you eat as well. Later, you will examine your diary for patterns in foods that you eat and types of feelings or symptoms that you experience. Now, if you're saying, I don't have any symptoms from the foods I eat, but I need to lose weight anyway. Well, if this is what you are thinking, this activity is even more important for you. This tells me you haven't connected how your day goes with the foods you eat. Anything from feeling groggy in the morning to wondering if you have a yeast infection because you seem to have some itching down there could be a sign of a food intolerance. Feeling swollen and stiff in the morning to getting tired after lunch are symptoms you should record, as these could be food intolerances as well. If you have feelings, you have a diary to keep. The more complete you are with this assessment task, the easier it will be for you when you move into the challenge phase that comes in week 3. Next up is planning. Planning is about preparing yourself for awesome challenges. It's a lot easier to accomplish your goals if you know what you are going to do and have carefully planned it out. Anyone can do a 2-week elimination diet, but enjoying it and making it easy comes by planning for it. It's also a lot more fun and easier when you have other people on board. So prepare your family and friends. Tell them what you are doing. Maybe they will want to join you. Imagine the impact that you could have on someone you love by inviting them to join you. Squeaky Clean to Lean is set up to help you have all the support you need as well. Next, prepare your kitchen. Though you'll hear all about the specific foods that should be eliminated during the first 2 weeks, you can find many good hints already from this video. Watch this video again. You'll likely be able to tell which foods will be eliminating for the first 2 weeks right here. Preparing your kitchen means getting ready to remove these foods from your cabinets. And if you have a family that won't allow that completely, then just create your own cabinet. David and I have separate cabinets, so create your own space like I do if you need to. And all you really need is just one decent sized shelf in one cabinet just for you. And also get prepared to take over one part of the refrigerator. Choose a part of the refrigerator that is higher up if possible. And the last part of preparing is to start looking at menus and grocery lists. This is a lot of fun to do, and it's never been easier with the internet offering so many good recipes. But hang in there for this part. In Squeaky Clean to Lean, there are dozens of recipes that are delicious, healthy, hormone-balanced meals. So stick with me for that fun coming up real soon. Okay, we've really covered a lot, many critical pieces for successful weight loss. So let's do a quick review of what you've learned today. First, you've discovered a whole new way to think about necessary components of successful weight loss program. Apply this, and you'll begin to see an immediate shift towards recovering your youthful image. It starts by restoring the health of your gut, which then allows for optimal nutrient absorption, reduced inflammation, increased energy production, and improved hormone balance. All of these processes that occur just by restoring the health of your gut support and provide you with the new robust metabolism and successful weight loss. All of these sound like desserts to me, but the sweetest cherry on top of all these delicious desserts? Successful weight loss, all while enjoying ample amounts of healthy, nutritious food that you love. And we covered even more. You discovered the piece many women like to skip that often causes them to fail. This first critical piece to consider: assessing your current state and planning. There is an old saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So putting the assessing and planning techniques that I shared with you today will help you sail through the gut cleanse and start experiencing the positive benefits of weight loss as quickly and easily as possible. It's been a jam-packed video, so make sure you review your notes and start thinking about how you're going to take action. Speaking of taking action, before we go today, I want you to leave me a comment right below in this video and tell me if you personally have experienced any food allergies or intolerances before. And please tell me, I'd really like to hear what you imagine and dream will be different for you when you lose the weight you have imagined in your mind's eye. It's time to get clear about the result and the impact it will have on your life, the lives of those you love, and those around you. So let me know, please, by leaving a comment below. And if you found this video useful, please share it on Facebook, Twitter, or even by sending a friend the URL to this page. In the next video, I'm going to show you the best and most important nutrients and supplements you need to use while you are embarking on a professional, gold standard gut and liver cleanse. There are many supplements on the market, and it can be quite confusing, but I will uncover all of this for you in video 3. In addition to this, we'll start to uncover the actual foods and diet specifics for your gut cleanse. If you are a midlife woman who has seen the weight gradually inch up over the years and you haven't been able to find a solution that really works and gives you the results you still imagine enjoying for yourself, this will give you the exact track to run on to finally discover the hidden magic for stubborn weight loss and for amazing vitality. And this is what it's all about. You will discover how to amplify all the good things you are doing now, plus add these things that are likely holding you back from getting your more youthful figure back for good. It doesn't matter how much or how little you need or want to lose. This is the information you need to put all the pieces together and bask in the joy of feeling sexy and alive again. You're a savvy lady, or you wouldn't be here right now. And now you're one step closer to understanding the functional medicine gold standard to optimize your health and supercharge your metabolism so you can finally enjoy the easiest, fastest, and safest weight loss possible. It's time for you to finally enjoy all the efforts that you have already put out and forget about any unsuccessful efforts in the past. None of those matter anymore. You are discovering now how to truly take care of yourself. Squeaky Clean to Lean puts all of the research together for you so that you can accomplish this. It won't be long now before you are ready to put all of this new information together and start watching your clothes get looser. It's almost time to go shopping for that new dress or pair of jeans. So get ready. Next up, we'll talk about how to take the next step toward boosting your metabolism and enjoying the fruits of your knowledge, a thinner, more fit and sexy you. I'm so happy to be sharing this information with you, and I'm excited for you. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye-bye.